Yes, go ahead. From our media partner.
Sir, good morning.
Morning.
Janes Kapanti, GMA News Online po. Sir, on the impeachment lang, for the record, can the prosecution ask for the copies of the SALN of the Vice President regarding this trial? Is that covered under the Ejercito versus Sandigan Bayan, if I remember, the jurisprudence? The public interest, pwedeng buksan ang bank accounts and SALN should be open. Tama po ba yung aking recollection? I'm asking you as a lawyer. Thank you.
Well, alam po ninyo, lahat po yan pwedeng buksan pagka nasa impeachment trial na po. No? So, ibig sabihin, we can request for a SALN from the Ombudsman, from the Office of the Vice President, at syempre, yung pong bank accounts, no? Pwede pong mahingi sa mga bangko, pwede rin mahingi sa AMLA, yung pong kanila pong mga record po ng pagpasok at paglabas po ng pera. No? Pero syempre, to be very clear, ito pong motions po na ito will still be subject to a vote by the Senate. No? So, ibig sabihin, we'd like to manage expectations na pwede pa rin pong i-approve, pwede rin pong i-deny ng Senado yung ganito pong mga requests for further information from the accused.
Sir, follow up. Do you think the Senate would be put in a, would get the ire of the public in the event that they deny such requests, given na may Ejercito versus Sandigan Bayan nga na jurisprudence? That's why the former president was convicted of plunder kasi nabuksan because of that ruling. Thank you.
Well, ayaw nating unahan po yung public ire, no? Kasi pwede rin magdiwang yung publiko, no? So, baka magkamali ho tayo. Pero again, tama yung binabanggit po ninyo na meron pong jurisprudence and syempre sa dulo ho, sila ho yung mapagpasya bilang court, no? Bilang Senate Impeachment Court. So, sa dulo po, whether payagan nila o hindi po ito, sila po ang makakaalam, sila po yung magpapasya. Pero again, SALNs, bank deposits, pwede ho yung hingin in the course of a full-blown trial ng Senate Impeachment Court.
Wala pa namang history yata na hindi na pagbigyan yung request na ganyan. Meron na ba?
Hindi ko alam. Nagka-EDSA dos hindi ba?
On medyo related topic pa rin, but on the possible of warrant of arrest being issued by the ICC against others accused in alleged crimes against humanity due to drug war killings. Given what happened dun sa March 11 arrest, the former President Duterte, would you say na succeeding arrest, that's a precedent na pwedeng mangyari yun na biglaan lang maaresto si Senator De La Rosa? Is that a possibility? And legally, same ground ba yung isa-cite ng government as what happened in March 11?
Well, I don't have to state it again because it is the Executive Secretary, former Chief Justice Lucas Bersamin, who said it already, na pagka merong mga kasunod pong warrants of arrest na issue ang International Criminal Court, which will be implemented not by the ICC, but by Interpol. They will have to comply with the Interpol request. No? So, wala hong magbabago doon sa forma ng cooperation po ng gobyerno sa Interpol because a treaty exists between Interpol and the Philippine government. And ibig sabihin, ang magpapalit lang po rito ay yung pong pangalan. So, ibig sabihin, kung nung March ay Rodrigo Roa Duterte po yung nakapangalan dito po sa Interpol request. Kung meron pong actual request for any future person, yun lang po yung magbabago. And I'm quite certain na ganun din po nila ipapatupad po ito. And to answer the question also,
Yes.
I think si Senator Bato na rin naman ho yung nagsabi. Hindi ba? Go ahead, make the mistake again. Parang ganun ho yung basa kong headline. No? So, I think ready naman ho siya for any eventuality on the matter. Ang pagkakaiba lang ho ay may commitment po ang Senado na pagka the arrest order will be implemented within the Senate, I think the Senate President will intervene. Pero outside of the Senate, I think it will be implemented, this particular Interpol request.
All right. Thank you, Main Online.
Sige. Let's try to limit our questions dun sa impeachment, para baka hindi ready si Kong Terry.
Hindi, ready ako.
Ready yan parate.
Oo. Go ahead.
Good morning po. Victoria Tulad of ABS-CBN. Morning, Kong.
Hi.
Sir, your reaction lang po doon sa directive ng Supreme Court na nire-require yung detailed information on the impeachment proceedings. May mga nagsabi na overreach. Do you agree?
Well, ginagalang po natin yung karapatan ng Korte Suprema na mag-require po ng information relating to the 1-year bar rule, no? So, bahagi na po yan sa jurisprudence, sa Gutierrez po yan, nasa Francisco versus House of Representatives po ito. Pero I think Congress will comply with this requirement because I think they are certain that nothing has been breached, no, in terms of this 1-year bar rule. And again, to restate it, yung pong 1-year bar rule ay nakikick in lang po for the 4th impeachment complaint. Kasi ito lang po yung nag-comply dun sa requirements ng Gutierrez at Francisco para mag-kick in po yung 1-year bar rule. Kasi nga ho, nung panahon na yon, 215 congressmen, more than 1/3, almost 70% of House members signed to impeach the Vice President. No? So, basically, may direct transmittal na po to the Senate. No? Ang sinasabi ko kasi ni Vice President, hindi na pwede yung 4th impeachment complaint kasi may 1st impeachment complaint na. At dapat doon nakatak yung pong 1-year bar rule. But to be very clear, yung pong 1st, 2nd, 3rd impeachment complaint, hindi po yan within the requirements of Francisco and Gutierrez kasi po, dalawa ho yung requirements para mag-kick in po yung 1-year bar rule sa ganitong bagay po nito. Una, kailangan pong merong verified complaint. Nangyari yon sa 1st, 2nd, and 3rd complaint. Pero may 2nd requirement po na hindi ho natupad, which is, ano yun? Joke lang. Which is basically the referral to the House Committee on Justice for action. Hindi po ito nangyari sa 1st, 2nd, and 3rd complaint. So, ibig sabihin, yun po yung dalawang standard Kailangan ma-check po yun Pagka mag-kick in, para mag-kick in po yung 1-year bar rule. So, kung hindi ho yung nag-kick in, wala tayong pinag-usapan. And therefore, dapat tong basura yung pong Supreme Court petition po na ito.
Very clear. Very clear.
Pero sir, sorry, follow up. You think within the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court yon, yung humingi ng ganun, hindi ba siya parang separation of power?
Meron ho silang limited discretion under jurisprudence na pwede ho nilang inquire ito po particular details relating to the 1-year bar rule kasi it's a particular constitutional provision na pagka merong nag-file ng impeachment case tapos na-refer or nag-direct transmittal, dun ho nagkikick in yung 1-year bar. No? So, ginagalang po natin yon. Though I think it's a judicial overreach, like what other people said, probably not. And I'm speaking as a lawyer. Kung in as much as I represent Congress, I also represent myself as a lawyer. No?
Just to add, and to clarify siguro sa mga listeners natin, the purpose of that constitutional provision, yung 1 year, para to prevent harassment doon sa mga impeachable officers. Kaya hindi pa pwedeng within 1 year, ang daming sinampang kaso na impeachment.
Hindi, maliwanag
So tama
talaga.
nga sinabi na there were complaints but nothing was referred to the Senate until the very last
So
one.
it was not an overreach at all. It was
Hindi, yun yung sa 1-year bar rule, no?
Oo.
Pero yung sa overreach kasi, just to add, Kong Terry, lumalabas na since there were some conflicting opinions and perhaps would have some doubts as to whether this impeachment complaint that was referred to the Senate complied with that constitutional provision, it became a constitutional issue. That's why Supreme Court had to ask, just for the sake of resolving any kind of conflicting opinions with respect to that constitutional provision.
Galing.
Yun lang. Yes, sir.
In relation to that, yung overreach ng Supreme Court. So you're saying that Supreme Court has the power kapag may questions of constitutionality, even if it's being exercised or a power being exercised by Congress, tama?
Only in respect to the one-year bar rule. Yun po yung maliit po na window na sila ho mismo yung nagpasya. So basically, anything outside of it would probably be a political question already. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabing political question, hindi na sila sasali doon. Pero itong one-year bar rule, pwede ho sila talagang mag-inquire into it. So we will respect that limited power, limited window for the Supreme Court.
Because it's mentioned in the Constitution. So parang tama ba? Ini-interpret kasi ng Supreme Court being yung...
Well, it is mentioned in the Constitution, but it has also been decided by two particular cases, which is what I said. First, which is the most important doctrinal case of Francisco versus House, and yung pong second affirmed by Gutierrez versus House.
Sir, another question. So, there's no dispute yung impeachment is political naman talaga, na political exercise. So, despite all the evidence, we've talked to the congressman that they are very convinced that there is enough evidence to convict, no? Ano ang hindi safeguards, ano strategy and ano yung mga remedies siguro or provisional or provisions na gagamitin ng mga prosecutor kapag isa-stymie talaga, no? Kasi kahit nandyan yung mga evidence, it's political, di ba? The vote will be political and be drawn based on political alliances and political lines. So, ano siguro yung fallback or anong hope natin na mangyari?
Well, like what we stated, meron po tayong tiwala sa Senado that they will proceed with their constitutional mandate by the 2nd of August, which is what they had announced already, na magtutuloy-tuloy po yung full-blown trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Obviously, in the event, for example, na meron po motion to dismiss at binoto po ito at inapprove po ito ng Senate Impeachment Court, I think gagawin lang po ng Kongreso ang kailangan niya pong gawin at malamang pupunta po yan sa Korte Suprema to ask whether or not yung pong dismissal based on the motion to dismiss ay constitutional. Kasi babalikan ho natin yung constitutional provision. Ang nakalagay po ron, the obligation of the Senate is to try and decide impeachment cases. So, ang magiging question po ron, yung po bang dismissal ay bahagi ng constitutional obligation to try and decide, no? Ito pong impeachment case po na ito.
Kasi sir, yung decide, yun na yun, di ba? Yung motion to dismiss, yung try, yung wala. Parang ganun ang mangyayari, di ba?
Hindi, pero hindi siya try or decide eh.
Decide
diba?
na lang.
Hindi. Try, ang constitutional obligation, dalawang bagay. Try, decide. Hindi po ito try or decide. So, kumbaga, you have to undertake trial first before you decide, which basically means a full-blown trial.
Pero mukhang decided na ba bago mag-trial? Alright, we have one.
Yes po, good morning gentlemen. Good morning po Congressman Redon. Gusto ko lang pong malaman kung ano yung sa tingin nyo yung magiging role ng public clamor with regards to the impeachment given yung recent SWS survey, 66% of the Filipinos, they want the Vice President to face the impeachment. Pero what if magkaroon ulit ng panibagong survey and then ang lumabas doon parang they no longer trust, itong mga impeachment cases na final po against the Vice President. Thank you.
Well, syempre, labanan po talaga ito ng public opinion, no? So, tataas, bababa, ito pong pagkiling para sa impeachment as we go along, no? Pero very important po na irrespective of public opinion, the Senate should be able to fulfill its constitutional mandate to try and decide the case. And again, to be very clear, wala hong temporary restraining order na inilabas ang Korte Suprema dito po sa impeachment proceedings. Basically, hindi po dapat ito gamitin ng Senado para patagalin pa ho ng husto ito po nga Senate impeachment trial po na ito. So, aabangan po ng mga kongresista ito po nga pagbubukas muli ng Senate Impeachment Court sa ikalawa po ng Agosto.
Alright, we have one last question.
Good morning, Congressman. Yung question ng one-year ban, hindi na po question sa Supreme Court. Pero dapat pa bang hingin din ng Supreme Court at tanungin yung mga member of the House na naintindihan nyo ba yung pinagbotohan nyo at yung pinirmahan nyo? Or is it beyond the power of the Supreme Court already dun sa co-equal branches of government?
tama ka na parang medyo hindi maganda yung tanong na yun. Pero gagalangin po natin sila, no, dito po sa kanila pong pagtatanong, and katulad ho ng binabanggit na, I think even this question, they will comply to answer this particular question.
In the same manner, kayo mga congressman or the legislative, you never question the decision or the order of a court, especially the Supreme Court, in the same way. Did you understand it before you sign it or you come out with it?
You know, I don't want to pick a fight with the Supreme Court because I am a lawyer, no, like Attorney Fred. So I think we will just respect them. We will comply with their questions, and sasagot na lang ho kami. No, ibig sabihin, medyo hindi yun magandang tanong sa totoo lang, pero I think Congress will reply.
Thank you.
All right, so it's very clear na tuloy ang impeachment, Attorney Fred.
Sa akin, Pas G, ang takeaway, no, yung sinabi nga ng ating resource person,
Yes.
try and decide.
Try and decide.
Kasi every time there is some kind of accusations against anyone, pinakamaganda to remove any clouds of doubt, meron talagang pagkakataon, ipresenta lahat ng ebidensya. Otherwise, there will always be that cloud of doubt. Di ba?
Ako naman, natutuwa ako dahil parang naintindihan ko na the difference between political and constitutional. You know? Marami kami natutunan sa inyo today, Kong Terry. We're so happy you're back in the Congress. You have that certain tenacity ngayon. Dalhin mo yan all the way through. And to everybody listening out there, we'll see you at the impeachment process.
At tandaan po natin, dito sa The Agenda, pinupuri namin ang Panginoon,
Ang bayan,
at ang pamilya. Maraming salamat po.